Okay, so I just finished watching. This is the first time ever. I'm giving it a chance. I just finished watching the pilot episode of Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles because recently, uh, I've been hearing a lot of people tell me that it's the only really good Terminator thing to happen after Terminator 2. It's like the best, the true sequel to Terminator 2, basically, this and that. And I have the same complaints with it as I do the shitty movies. Mostly, it is maybe a little better. Oh my god, what have I done? Okay, so first off, let's start with the Summer Glau. Is that how you pronounce her name? She's terrible as a Terminator. None of the Terminators in the pilot episode are good. The evil male Terminator, he sucks, and it does these weird TV quips that I despise. When the bad Terminator tries to kill John Connor in the school scene. It was kind of cool, like how he hit a gun inside of his hip, and he like uses a fucking letter opener or some shit to, like, split his leg open while he's asking the class to name themselves for attendance. Didn't make any sense though, because he was wearing clothes. I don't know why he couldn't have just, hid the gun in his clothes. But still, it was kind of cool, I guess. Um, but yeah, it like every time I watch one of these new Terminator things, I never watched Dark Fate. I never will. That looks like the worst thing ever, possibly worse than Genesis. Genesis made me lose faith completely. Um, but the thing about Summer Glau is she's way too expressive in this. And I figured there had to be a reason, so I looked it up, and it turns out that she is basically a more advanced T800, something like that, where she's more expressive and she can act more human than a regular T800. That was my understanding. And that just seems like a convenient plot device to make up for the actress not being able to act like a proper Terminator. Like, say what you want about Terminator 3 and Kristana Loken. It's a bad movie. It's a very bad sequel. It's a terrible sequel. It's awful. But probably the least awful of all the other Terminator sequels that I've seen. I don't even think I've seen Salvation, honestly. I've seen parts of it. But it made me realize that the reason why this franchise will never be good again is because nobody has the presence, the screen presence, of a young Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Schwarzenegger could act like a robot better, and Robert Patrick, both, could act like nobody's ever going to top them in terms of screen presence. They were both amazing villains, and Arnold was also amazing as the good T800. And so I believe that the reason why this advanced T800 is more expressive is simply because of the limitations of the actress. I don't think she could act like a robot. And that's where I want to give Kristana Loken a little bit of credit in Terminator 3. She was not threatening because she was a woman, first off. You shouldn't have a female be a Terminator, ever. That just automatically makes them feel less threatening. But I will give Kristana Loken props for doing a better impression of Arnold and Robert Patrick. She was pretty expressionless in that movie. I think she smiles in one scene, which is kind of weird. But other than that, she was. It's probably the best job a woman could do at being an evil Terminator. So I'll give her that. This new girl, Summer Glau, she's not too attractive to me, honestly. A lot of people thought that she was super attractive back in the day, apparently. I don't find her that attractive. She actually looks like she kind of has a touch of Down syndrome, in my opinion. And I'm not trying to make fun of people with Down syndrome. I'm just saying it looks like she could possibly have a little bit of it, a little bit of an extra chromosome. And yeah, good things. Lena Headey. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. She's a great Sarah Connor. I like her a lot in this, and I've always found her super attractive. So, if you want to look at an attractive woman, she's the reason you go watch the show. Lena is great. I've always liked Lena Headey. Everything in fucking 300, Game of Thrones, and she's good in this. Another problem I have, John Connor is still a pussy. Like they can never make John Connor feel like he's realistically gonna be the leader of resistance. Like I don't know why they can't fucking ever get that right. Every single movie fucks it up. He always comes off as a pussy and a loser and a coward. Uh, okay, so he's a hacker. Yeah, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, Terminator 2 gives us a few seconds of a glimpse of John Connor in the future in the war against the machines. And he is the baddest looking, most battle hardened motherfucker ever. And maybe that ruined John Connor because nobody's ever going to be able to top that guy. It's hilarious that he's only in the movie for a few seconds, but like, holy shit, that is John Connor. Like, these younger actors, they can't fucking portray that shit. And part of the problem is they hire pretty boys, these young pretty boys, because I don't know if it's because they want to attract women, to the show or the movies or what, but they just never get John Connor right. He always sucks. Edward Furlong was the worst part of Terminator 2. Everybody's in agreement with that. He's good enough that the movie still works and is incredible, but he's the weakest part by far. I don't even know what the guy's name was that played John Connor in Terminator 3. He sucked. No faith in that guy at all to lead a human resistance against an artificial intelligent beast. From I think Christian Bale played John Connor in Terminator Salvation, right? What little bit I seen, he just came off as like a stereotypical soldier, marine, whatever. He he didn't seem like a leader or anything. Like he seemed combat capable, but not like a fucking leader. John Connor's supposed to be a fucking leader, the savior of humanity. And then don't even get me started on the Genesis John Connor. We're not even going to talk about that. And like I said, I haven't seen anything from Dark Fate except maybe brief scenes, moments. I don't even know if John Connor's in that movie. I'm never going to watch it. Um, the what else is there to talk about? Yeah, I don't know if I brought up the television quips. Like, I think I was starting to, and then I went on a different tirade. But yeah, when the Terminator tries to assassinate John Connor in the classroom, John Connor escapes, and the Terminator turns and looks at the class and says, "Class is dismissed." That is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever seen. Like, it is so television-y. Like, I was hoping for more. Um, Soundtrack wise, McCreary did this. It's not the worst Terminator soundtrack I've heard. This is actually probably one of the better ones, if not maybe the best one since Terminator 2. It's all right. Um, I'm gonna keep watching it because it didn't offend me to the point that I wanted to kill myself. But right now, I'm gonna call it mid. It was very mid.